Hey everyone, we need to talk about a huge problem in a messenger app that tons of people use. It's a flaw so bad it could basically erase your digital life and you wouldn't even see it coming. So yeah, let's get right into it.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Years of your chats, your memories, all those photos, your entire digital story. What if all it took to lose it was something you do every couple of years, just getting a new phone? It sounds like a tech horror story, but for some people, this is actually happening.
And this right here, this is the exact situation we're going to break down today. It's that horrible sinking feeling in your stomach, when the technology that's supposed to make life easier just completely turns on you and locks you out of your own stuff. So let's follow what happened to this user.
So you've got your shiny new phone, you're excited, and then, boom, it turns into a total nightmare. And we're not talking about some simple bug here. No, this is way worse. This is like a perfectly laid digital trap, a maze with no way out, all because of some really, really bad design choices.
And this is the part that just makes your stomach drop. 621 megabytes. That's not just a number, right? That is a huge chunk of someone's life. Years and years of conversations, just sitting there on the old phone, basically being held hostage by the app itself. You can see it, but you can't get to it. It's insane.
Okay, so what do? The backup didn't work. Well, the obvious move is to just go back to the old phone, right? I mean, the data's still there. You just make a new backup and try again. Simple. It's what literally any of us would do. But nope. This is exactly where the trap snapped shut. Instead of getting back in, you're hit with this zombie screen. And it's the perfect name for it, because the app isn't really working, but it's not totally dead either. It's just stuck. It's asking for a code from a phone call that is never ever going to come. All your data is sitting right behind that screen, but the door is locked and Viber has thrown away the key. And this screen, this tells you everything you need to know about how broken this is. Just look at what's missing. Where's the send me an SMS button? Where's the oops, I need to change my number button? The basic safety nets we expect from every app, they're just gone. The app literally takes away all your options and leaves you completely high and dry. So you're stuck. You do the only thing you can. You contact tech support. And their big official solution? Just reinstall the app. I mean, are you kidding me? That is the single worst piece of advice they could possibly give. It's the one thing that will make sure you never get your data back. Because what happens when you reinstall an app? It deletes all the local data. That entire 621 megabyte folder, poof, gone forever. It's like calling the bomb squad to defuse a ticking clock and they just blow up the whole building. The solution they're giving you is the very thing that destroys your data. It is mind-boggling. So you have to ask, how on earth does something this bad even happen? Well, this isn't just a random glitch or some bad luck. This is a deep, fundamental problem with how the app is built from the ground up. So let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on here. Okay, so the core problem, the root of all this evil, is a really old-school one-device policy. Basically, the second you log into Viber on a new phone, it kills the app on your old phone instantly. Now, think about something like Telegram, where you can be logged in everywhere at once. It's a safety net. Viber's way, it's a tightrope with no net. If one tiny thing goes wrong with that data transfer, you're toast.
So, let's break it down. There are really 3 epic fails here. First, that super unforgiving one-device rule we just talked about. Second, the user interface itself is designed to trap you in a dead end. And third, and this one is so frustrating, the app gives you 0 feedback. If their system blocks you for trying too many times, it doesn't say, hey, you're temporarily blocked. It just stops working. It fails silently, and you're left guessing why. And just to pour a little salt in the wound, even the error messages are totally useless. You get this invalid code pop-up. Great. But which code are we talking about? The one from the phone call that never came, or my 6-digit PIN that I used to unlock the app? The user has no idea. It just adds another layer of pure chaos when you're already freaking out.
Okay, so we've seen the trap, we've dissected the failures, but just complaining about it doesn't solve anything, right? So let's get constructive. Let's talk about the most important part. How do you actually fix this? This isn't just wishful thinking. This is a clear, practical roadmap for how this should have worked all along.
It really comes down to 5 common sense steps. 1. Don't kill the old phone session right away. Put it in a limited mode or something until you know the transfer worked.
2. Actually ask the user to make a new backup before they start. It's so simple. 3. Have a special login process just for people who are trying to restore their old chats. 4. For the love of all that is good, put the request SMS button back. And 5. Just tell people what's going on. If there's a block, say so. None of this is rocket science, you know? This is just basic user-friendly design. And really, this one point is the key to the whole thing. You have to treat a brand new user signing up for the first time completely differently from an existing user who's just trying to move their data. They are two totally separate situations, and the app's logic needs to understand that. Right now, it clearly doesn't.
So, there you have it. The problem, why it happens, and how to fix it. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about one user's terrible weekend. This is about a fundamental flaw that could potentially affect any of Viber's millions of users. It really is a call for a fix.
Let's just call this what it is, a critical failure, period. Think about it. You have the phone with the data in your hand. You have the right SIM card. You know your PIN. You have everything you need to prove who you are. But you're locked out. Why? Because a button is missing from the screen. That's not a bug. That is a fundamentally broken system.
So, look, the message here is really simple. It is time for Viber to step up, fix this broken activation process, and start protecting its users' data instead of holding it hostage. And they have got to stop telling people to literally delete the only copy of their data as a solution. It's just unacceptable.
And that really brings this all back to you. I have to ask, has this, or anything like it, ever happened to you? Maybe with Viber, maybe with another app. Please share your story down below, because the more people talk about this, the more we can show just how big a problem this really is. And maybe, just maybe, that will be enough to get these companies to build software that actually respects our data and our digital lives.